with that out of the way, let's move on now to email number 4. And email number 4 today comes to us from our friend Billy Cooper. And Billy Cooper writes, "Oh my God, John, did you hear that it's actually happening? The Deadwood movie they've been talking about for years and years is finally happening and is shooting now. Did you ever have a chance to watch the original show? And what do you think about them coming back to do the movie?" All right, thanks a lot for the email, Billy. And yes, for those of you who may have missed the news, I believe it was late yesterday afternoon, news dropped that after years, maybe almost 12 years of talking about doing a Deadwood movie, I'm sure I'm going to accidentally say Deadpool a couple of times, but the rumors of them talking about doing a Deadwood movie, it's not just talking about it, they're actually shooting right now. Reports have come out that Deadwood has started filming. They are filming the show, and all the key cast are coming back, including Ian McShane, Timothy Olyphant, and of course Molly Parker, who is just amazing. I love Molly Parker. She's so good. So they've started shooting it. It's coming back. Yes, it's back. Back again. Deadwood's back. So here we go, a little bit of Eminem for you. Anyway, I was very late to the party for Deadwood. I never watched Deadwood when it was on. And it was years and years and years later that I remember, this was a few years ago, I was like, all my shows, all the seasons are done. I don't have a lot new to watch. You know what? Everybody's always talking about Deadwood. I'm going to try Deadwood. Binge the whole series in 2 days. Binge the whole series in 2 days. I couldn't stop watching it. It was absolutely fantastic. And it was an unexpected ending. If I'm not mistaken, and I may be mistaken, I think they found out in between seasons that they weren't getting renewed, I think. I think they wrapped up season 3, and I think it went 3 seasons. I think they wrapped up season 3 not knowing they weren't coming back for 4, but at any rate, for a lot of fans, it was very unsatisfying. It's considered by many people to be one of the, if not the greatest show on television in history. I don't think it's the greatest show in television history, but I'd probably put it in the top 15 minimum. Minimum, I would put it in top 15. And a lot of people would put it in top 10, top 5. Like I said, there's a lot of people out there who might even say it's number 1. So they've been talking for years. There have been reports coming out for years that they were going to come back and kind of wrap up the story by doing a movie. Well, here we are now, almost 12 years later, and they're actually shooting it. Now, what's this whole thing going to be about? Well, they went ahead and the report said the following. In the Hollywood Reporter, they wrote, "The movie will be set 10 years after the events of season 3, roughly paralleling the gap between the end of the show and the resumption of production, and will find the characters reuniting to celebrate South Dakota's statehood. Former rivalries are reunited, alliances are tested, and old wounds reopened, with everyone navigating the inevitable changes, time, and modernity that have wrought." That, of course, is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. So it is picking up 10 years later. Everybody's coming back together. Where they've been all this time, who knows? I'm sure the movie itself is going to pay some reference to that. Ian McShane. Let's talk about Ian McShane for a second. Ian McShane is great in everything he's in. Even if it's in a bad Pirates of the Caribbean movie, he's great in it. He's got this, what's it called? The American Gods? Is that what's playing right now? He's great in that. He plays Odin in that. He's amazing. But no matter how great he is in everything else, he will never be better than what he was in Deadwood. He was a new kind of television character that we hadn't really ever seen before, and he was amazing. He was so good in that. He was vile, yet we loved him. He did horrible things, yet we cheered for him. I mean, there was something they did with that character that up until that point in television history, we had not seen, or at least not seen very much of. And for them to come back and revisit these characters again, I'm all on board. So I'm stoked about it. It's amazing that it's actually shooting. And I love the fact that we didn't even hear that, yes, it's greenlit and they're going to be shooting in a few months. No, it just came out of nowhere. They're already shooting. I love that. I think that's fantastic. All right, let's move on now to the 5th and final.